Well, when you are about to start filming a thrifting vlog and 5 minutes in and your first stop later, you have the sunroof popped just to get your vintage home.
I literally just walked in the door and right in front of me are 3 1970s Lou Hodges Mersman tables. I actually used to have a coffee table that matched these. These are worth at least minimum $300 each, but these are often listed online for $600 to $1,200 each table.
It's $59.99 for all 3 and it's half off today. Excited!
I'm gonna get this stuff home and then we're gonna pick up today's episode tomorrow because, yeah, I can barely drive. I barely can fit in this car right now. This is insane.
Who am I kidding? There's still room in between the tables. We gotta hit a few thrift stores while we're here in Vancouver. Come on.
This is a hand-painted Mexican folk art pottery horse. This isn't incredibly valuable. It's probably worth around $15 to $20, but these sure look great styled on a bookshelf. Colorful pottery is such an easy way to add in pops of color to a space. I know exactly what this is. This is a Swedish piece of glass by Jan Johansson, and this design is called the Mayflower. It has such a beautiful opalescent blue color to it. It even has the original sticker still on it, and it's only $3.99. This is an incredible find. These are quite valuable. We are off to a very good start today. I'm loving this set of mid-century crystal glasses. There are 2 of them. Having beautiful glasses at home to drink out of makes it a little more exciting when you pour that drink. This has a fun shape to it. This would be perfect for doing Japanese style flower arrangements. It's only $4.99. There's also a larger one that's on the top shelf. It is signed Perry B. Definitely getting both of them. And I'm also gonna pull out this copper ring. Look at this giant copper flower in the back. I also got these tassel earrings. They're not vintage, but I love a good tassel earring.
We're gonna hit one Goodwill real quick before we head home. I was able to fit the box no problem in the back of the car, so I've got a little bit more room.
I love the crackled look with the gold and mauve. It is signed by the artist Lorraine on the bottom. I think this would look really pretty styled up. This is a fabulous mid-century mosaic kind of pebble style bowl. It's ceramic, so this is all hand painted. It's only $3.99. This bowl that was underneath it is also really pretty. I think this might be Japanese, but the hand painting is a little bit worn on the top. We're just gonna get the awesome mosaic one. I have so many lamps at the studio that I need to get listed, and many of them I have found without the original lampshades. So whenever I'm at Goodwill, I am always looking for vintage lampshades. This one has a really pretty tan color to it, and I love the texture. This might not look that exciting and I have no room in the car for it, but I am looking for a more comfortable rolling chair for in my office, and this is actually surprisingly comfortable. It's only $6.99 and the fabric is in perfect condition, but I don't know if I want to come all the way back to Vancouver for just this. However, this piece of furniture is fantastic. It is $39.99, but I have never seen anything like this before with the waves. It has a very Asian feel to it, and I'm gonna go home and do some research because this thing is pretty awesome. And now that means I'm gonna get the office chair too, so we're gonna have to come back and pick these up tomorrow. I am almost positive that this is Arabia of Finland pottery. Somebody else was maybe thinking that also, and they tried to pull the Goodwill tag off, so I don't know how much this is priced at, but I am almost positive that this is Arabia of Finland. We're gonna go ahead and get it just in case I'm correct.
Okay, that was one of the most uncomfortable rides home I've ever had, but I'm still glad that I kept thrifting because the way that I was looking at it, I was like, I've got a 45-minute drive home, kind of lean to the car on this side. I might as well go hit a few more thrift stores to make it really worth the drive, right? That was the logic I had in my head at the time. And I'm glad that I did because I found some really cool things. Before we get to the studio and I pull everything out and show you how I'm gonna decorate with it, I wanna thank Squarespace for sponsoring today's video.
Squarespace gives you everything you need to create a beautiful website with easy to edit website templates and no coding needed. Squarespace offers full commerce and marketing features to run your business online. With members areas, you can build out multiple pages offering whatever kind of content you want to offer your followers or customers. I have been selling my vintage finds on my Squarespace website for over 9 years now. Before I launched my Squarespace website, I was selling on other platforms and I was limited to the ever-changing algorithms. Switching to Squarespace completely changed the game for me. I was now able to connect directly with my followers and creatively curate my website to represent the brand that I wanted to build.
You've heard me say this so many times before because I'm a huge fan of Squarespace, but today I'm here to tell you that if you are ready to take that leap and you are ready to start selling on your own website, today is the day. Start your free trial and give it a shot. Head to squarespace.com to start your free trial today, and when you are ready to launch your own website, head to squarespace.com/leftcoast to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thanks again to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Okay, let's get to the studio where I pulled out all of my finds from today, and let's get decorating. Have any of you had a day like that thrifting? Honestly, it's been a really long time for me to fill up the car at the first stop in the first 5 minutes of thrifting. But I'm really curious how you've been doing lately. I've been seeing a lot of people in the Pacific Northwest saying that they're kind of going through a thrifting dry spell. I haven't encountered that myself, but I'm really curious if you're seeing that in your areas as well. To me, there's just so much stuff out there just waiting for new homes. And if there's one thing that I hope my videos encourage someone to do, it is to consider buying secondhand more often, because these things end up in the landfill if we don't end up putting them back in our homes. So get out there and find those treasures, and I will see you in a brand new episode soon. The last few weeks have been awesome for picking here in Oregon. So I am hoping that this is a sign that things are getting a little bit better. There's going to be better stuff out there. People are back to cleaning out their homes and donating their old things that they're not using anymore. This video started out on a good note. I filled the car in the first 5 minutes of thrifting. So I wanted to take a few more minutes to show you some awesome things that I have found over the last few weeks that you didn't see on camera. I have been all about introducing more color, a little bit more into my own home, but definitely even more into my wardrobe and my online shop. There is just something so joyful about a wild and outrageous and colorful thing. It makes me happy when I look at vintage that has a lot of colors. I think that this is actually real gold leafing. It's all hand painted. It's a nice heavy metal teapot. And I looked these up online and it looks like they might have been hand painted in either Poland or Tibet, two totally different places. But that's where several listings on the internet claimed these were originally made. I'm not sure, but I think that it is sure beautiful. Now this is color I can get behind. This is an old glass Moroccan lantern. I think that this is pretty old, probably from the early 1900s. These are really hard to find because a lot of times the glass will get broken. This originally would have had a candle burning in it, and it has a hole here in the top. But what I'm gonna do is actually wire this to have a light bulb. And I'm gonna go ahead and take you inside and show you where I'm thinking of putting this.
So this is the area that I'm thinking this is gonna go. I'm gonna mix it with these beautiful vintage Moroccan lights that I got years ago. And I just think it's gonna be kind of neat to have some different textures, and I love doing monochrome, so I love blue on blue. I think the color of blue actually works wonderfully with the wall and the wallpaper. I'm excited to get this space finally finished.
I think it's going to be really cool to have a variety of things, not just the open work brass. And I just think this is going to look so cool once it's lit up. I've been having really good luck finding awesome vintage lighting lately. In fact, there's a metal lamp that I'm going to show you that I already took inside the studio, so I will also show you that here in just a second. But look at this beautiful lamp. It's probably Art Deco, beautiful craftsmanship, nice inlaid wood. I'm a huge fan of mixing the two tones. This is such a classic and timeless lamp, and I can't wait to style this one up. If you have followed me for a long time, you know that I typically do not polish jewelry. I will take a cloth and I will clean it a little bit, but I love patina. I want these items to show their age. I think it's a beautiful thing. Sometimes there are cases when the patina just isn't balanced and it takes away from the beauty of the item. So for once, I'm actually going to be polishing this up. This is a hammered copper planter, and I think this is the perfect size to put in a windowsill. I created a tutorial on how I polish my brass a couple different ways, and I will link that video up here for you if you want to go and watch the full tutorial. Today I'm just going to show you the quick version and the before and after of this beautiful copper planter.
If you want to do something really gratifying, polish copper and brass. It is such a good feeling, and like I said, I don't do this often. I actually like patina a lot, but there's just something about taking something so grimy and dirty, turning it into that. Look at this. I've got a full tutorial video that I will link in the description below, but just really quickly, I'm actually trying out Brasso. I usually use a different brand, but this is just what I happen to be able to get my hands on. And 000 fine grade steel wool. That helps get all the debris. And I've done probably 2 coats on here and polished up with a paper towel, and then I've probably done 4 coats total with this, and I think I'm getting down to the bottom. We're almost there. A little bit more rubbing. Just takes a little bit of elbow grease, although I don't know why they say elbow grease, because really you use your hands.
Definitely getting these. They're olive wood salt and pepper shakers for $18 for the pair. Look at how beautiful that is, all hand carved. Oh, those are incredible.
In a recent video when I went thrifting with Jessie to Engelberg Antiques in Salem, Oregon, I found these beautiful carved wood salt and pepper shakers. I thought they were beautiful. I wasn't sure if they were really carved olive wood or not. And then I opened the first one when I got home. Can you hear that sound? And then I thought, are these resin? Are they poured and they look like they're wood? But the more I looked at it, the more confused I got. They have the texture and feel of ivory, but you can see the natural characteristics in the wood. So I was very confused until I Googled it and I found out exactly what these are. They are made out of a nut shell from a palm tree in Brazil. They are very rare and very valuable. It was really neat to get to learn the history on these. They are not necessarily salt and pepper shakers. They are spice shakers. They were made in the late 1800s and early 1900s, and they would have originally belonged to somebody fairly wealthy because all of this detail was hand carved out of an exotic material. These are worth at least $150 to $250. I was so excited when I found that out, not only because of the value, but because I love learning the history of where things are from and how they were made. I've been excited all day to tell you that. I just think it's wonderful when you finally get to identify something. And then when you sell it, it's not just awesome to make the money, but it will go to the right home for somebody who will appreciate it and know what it's for. So always trust your gut when you find something that you've never seen before and you can tell that it's really well made.
Check out this beautiful floor lamp. Don't mind my dirty floors. Look at the base. Oh, I love this lamp so much. I purchased this lamp for $65 and it's a very old lamp. The owner believed it was from the early 1900s and it would have originally had a glass shade. I'm gonna see if I can find this online to see what kind of shade it would have originally had so that I can attempt to find a similar shade to give it the original look. Imagine this with a beautiful coned shade right there. I can just imagine this styled in a beautiful room next to a sitting chair. I think it was an incredible buy at only $65.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'm super stoked about finding those tables. I need to get them staged and photographed and sold. I hope you are all having a wonderful week and I will see you in the next adventure.